Hey YouTube, it's your girl Kim back with another video. So in today's video, I'm sure you guys can tell by the title, I am going to be going over how I achieved this amazing color. But before we get into the video, you guys know what I ask. If you like the content that I post, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for post notifications, and if you like the video, just like the video. Also, comment down below. You guys know I love engaging with you guys in the comment section. Also, I see that you guys are watching my videos. Thank you for the continued support. If you're not already subscribed, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but subscribe now. Let's, take a minute. Really support me by clicking that subscribe button. Thank you. But yeah, let's just get right into the video. If you guys want to see how I got this color, you definitely have to stay tuned. Now, I achieved this color in a couple different parts. All the parts are going to be included, but I actually started to end this video probably about a week ago because it's been some time in between the filming. And the color was nice, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I am going to put up on the screen somewhere up here. You guys know how I do. My inspiration for this color, I've seen a couple YouTubers, well, one YouTuber and to be specific, that's the word I'm looking for. In addition to that, I believe Black China had a color very similar to this. Now, I'm going to take a picture of what this color looks like in person because I feel as though the video light, up in the video light is not doing it any justice. So I'm gonna put a picture up there so you guys can see it. But initially, when I finished the wig coloring it, which is in the video, I put a darker brown color so that I can have like a gradient effect and then have like these nice blonde highlights and some chunky blonde pieces. And when I was done, the roots were like this shade of brown. And I'm like, that's really not what I was going for. It looks good in some lightings, but like, I know me, I mentioned to you guys, I'm a perfectionist. It just wasn't where I wanted the color to be. So I had to go ahead and add some more dark roots. In addition to that, I damaged the wig. Can you tell? You can't. That's because this hair is from one of my top hair companies, True Indian Hair. And you guys know they're one of the companies that I live by. Like, yeah, so I'm going to tell you guys, so obviously I'm going to do a voiceover for the next part of this video, but I'm going to let you guys know exactly how I damage it and what not to do. But again, they're one of my go-to hair companies for a reason, because if I didn't tell you this hair was damaged, you would never know. But stay tuned. Okay, so step one is finished, where I just used 40 volume developer to lift it to this nice golden brown. The hair that I'm using is from True Indian Hair. One thing I want to comment with them is that their hair is really full. I literally only use like a bundle and a half to make this wig in a 360 closure. It was originally 18 inches. I did cut it and put some layers in it. The frontal is Indian Hair. If you guys can see, it's a different shade of brown, and the bundles are Malaysian. I got them at different times. Which I don't mind, because as you guys know, I love dimension in hair. But now it's time to add in those highlights. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Quick Blue. I'm also using 30 volume developer. Now the L'Oreal Quick Blue, I got it, I believe, from Amazon. I'll leave the link for that down below. The 30 volume developer I did get from Sally's. I do already have my bleach here mixed up. I do about 2 scoops of each, and then I just pour the developer in. As you guys know, I just mix it as I go along, whatever looks good for me. I do also have some foil. My foil is folded, because sometimes when I go to Trinidad, my cousin Skylar, sometimes I'll, pack foil to like dye her hair or extensions. So yeah, no need to waste it. Might as well, keep it for when I have to use it. Oh, shout out to Granny. It is like 3 o'clock in the morning, and this gene is inherited, because I'm sure Granny might be up. But yeah, let's just get right into this color. So I actually went back and forth quite a few times as to what I was going to do when it came to coloring this hair. Now, one thing you guys will probably see me do is that my methods are not standard. I do what I feel is going to look good for me. And it works. Usually my creations come out exactly as I want them. So fingers crossed we'll have that same experience this time.
So this is where the madness begins. So here you guys see me, I'm just going in and I'm just doing like a over-under method using the tail of my comb to separate the hair, and I'm just going to be applying the bleach. And then once I'm done applying the bleach, I'm going to put it in foil because I want that to lift pretty quickly, because I'm only using 30 volume developer. So what I'm doing is I'm just going around the entire head. Now it's time to get to the bang area, and I'm just separating that, trying to figure out, how much of that I really want in the front. Now remember, they are chunky highlights, so I'm just taking a decent amount of hair in the front, making sure it's even on both sides, because the majority of the time when I wear my wigs, I do wear it in a center part, and I'm just applying that bleach, and I kind of want to give it like kind of like a balayage effect. So that's what you guys see me doing here, just making sure that when it falls, it's not going to be even. The madness continues. So here you guys just see me just grabbing bits of hair, and I don't really grab it in any particular order. I grab it from all over the place, and the reason that I do this is because I just don't want the hair to look symmetrical. So even though this is not, I'm sure the professional way to color hair, it really is just what works for me. And I just recommend, if you guys are going to color hair, do what works best for you. But I just love the way color comes out when I pull hair from different areas in no particular order at all. And I'm just continuing with that same method where I'm doing the over under, just separating the hair and just applying bleach, and just again making sure that it's applied exactly the way I want it in no particular order. And of course, I peeked at the hair. Anytime you're coloring hair, I always recommend, taking a look at it. Even though there's a set amount of time that they recommend that you leave the bleach or the color on, always take a look at the hair just to make sure it's where you want it to be. Now, when I looked at the hair, I realized that, it had already lifted to the shade that I wanted. So I decided to take the foils off. After taking the foils off, I eventually go in and use a spray bottle that you guys see here and just spray the hair. I just didn't want it to continue the process. In addition to that, I realized just by the way the hair was looking, it kind of looked a little stringy, that the hair was over processed. So I ended up using my spray bottle to spray some water on it, just because I didn't want to damage the hair any further. So now that I have sprayed the water onto the hair that has bleach that started to process a little too quickly, I decided to go in and bleach the knots for the wig. I never actually bleached the knots for this wig. I just usually applied foundation, but I figured since I'm, gonna go all out and color the hair, and I also have a little bit of bleach left, I might as well go ahead and bleach those knots. This way the wig can look a lot more natural than it already does. This is the color that I mentioned earlier in the video, where I tried to get that natural black root and it just didn't give it to me. So that's what you guys see me doing here.
So as you guys can see, the hair is already styled. I'll actually even include a video, like a little clip up here or here, in my vlog room where I pretty much filmed the last portion of this video. Now on here, it looks like the roots are pretty dark, but I actually want them like a black rather than like a brown. Now the color, as you guys can see, I am crazy. I will tell everybody that when it comes to me applying color, but there's a method to my madness, and my madness definitely works because this color came out beautifully. But I'm just gonna go in with this. It says a dark natural brown. I think I took a picture of the color swatch they had there. If I did, I'll insert that clip on the screen. But I pretty much just wanted a darker root, and how it was set up wasn't really giving me that. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna try to be lazy because I already curled this wig and I don't want to curl it over. So I'm just gonna apply it to the root and just try to rinse the root without wetting the rest of the hair, because I don't want to curl it over. So wish me luck with that, guys. Salon Care Volume 10, and I'm just gonna mix that up more. But this is all I've put in the bowl because it's just really just for the very, very, very root. And I hope I don't mess up the lace.
Now it's time to apply that color, and as you guys can see, I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. I definitely don't want any of this color to get on the lace, or even worse, on the parts of the hair that's already blonde. So I'm really just trying to go in and just take my time. In addition to that, I don't want there to be too many roots. I want it to look like just very natural. So I'm just finishing up adding that dark color to the middle part of this wig. I decided to go into the front and apply some of that color as well. I just wanted to give myself the option to wear the wig up if I wanted to, and I didn't want the middle part of the wig to be black at the roots and the sides to be brown. So I figured it would look a little bit more uniform if I applied some of that color there. But that pretty much covers this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.